Hi, my name's Jim. I'm gonna learn how to crochet here. Bought a box, how to make granny squares. I'm gonna make a granny square, but I'm cheap, I'm grumpy. I clearly didn't pay full price. Half price books, where I buy a lot of my stuff, because I'm cheap. Speaking of cheap, I watched a video once on how to get yarn from somebody else's work, because yarn is expensive. And while I'd like to make a baby blanket, should ever in my lifetime I finally get a grandchild, I'd like to make it a blanket. But I'm also too cheap to buy all the yarn. So let's start with what I've started with, and we'll go from there. Also, this is my very first TikTok. I've never done one before. So I'm really learning two things. One, TikTok. Two, yarn. Yarn, crochet. I think somewhere in here, if you open it up, it's got a book on how to do the granny squares, two colors, red, yellow, and a hook and a needle. This is a 5.0 mm. I assume that's what I need, because that's what everything you need to crochet square by square. So everything I need is right in here. But we're going to get to that. Now, as you can tell by this big lump of junk over here, let's flip this over. By the way, I have a laundromat, so I have a lot of time, but that's where I'm at right now. But I've got all of this yarn that I've pulled apart. About half, let me put this back over here. About half of this big blanket came apart fairly easy. So I'm gonna just pull out the other half here, and while it's not difficult, I swear to God, I have no idea I was gonna start sweating just pulling yarn. This is ridiculous. I'm assuming once I start doing the other stuff with the hooky thing that it's going to be a lot easier. But anywho, you get to see the fun part. What I did basically so far is I looked for an end, and you can tell where the ends are because they're kind of sewn in there. And I was able to find, now I can't find it, but I had an end. What the hell is wrong with this blanket? It's not there. Here it is. So I found an end, right? And I started undoing it, but it got me nowhere because I can't pull that and have it come apart. So I found the other end, which is on the opposite corner. Good little tip there, on the opposite corner. And I found the end. Now, this is the same piece of yarn that was holding the two halves of this blanket together. So it does appear like I have a lot of yarn here, but it's because I pulled the two pieces together. I haven't started deconstructing this half yet. But like I said, there's quite a bit of yarn here. Now, I went to a thrift store. Sorry. I'm in the customer service window, so I might have customer service to do. Now, the good thing about this is, let's spread this apart here. There's actually three different, where's the camera at? Three different yarns here, a dark blue, a medium blue, and a light blue. So once I separate all of this into big unruly piles, I'm going to have to figure a way to then separate them and wind them up. Hell if I know if I'm going to be able to do that or if I've just broken a sweat for nothing. I've seen where they have machines that, you know, just spinny, spin, but again, if my wife finds out that I've picked up another hobby that's going to cost money, she's going to kill me. Fishing, golf, buying a laundromat, yeah, she'll kill me. So let's not tell her. But anywho, now that I got this knot undone, I can just simply pull this and it's going to all come unraveled. Now, if this half is anything like that first half, it's going to come apart quite easy and end up in a huge pile on the ground that I then have to sort. Well, separate and sort, because like I said, this is 3 different colors of yarn. Now, I was confused at how much yarn I was going to get on this. And again, I honestly know nothing about yarn. I know you can buy it. I also went to the thrift store. I found this, but I also found this first. So there's quite a bit of yarn in this roll. This is Kmart, 100% acrylic. Yeah. Kmart. Yeah, that's the right way up. 100% acrylic. 3-ply, 2 ounces, blah, 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 blah. 97 cents. I spent more than 97 cents on it. It doesn't say how long it is. I assume it's 550,000 yards. Let's see, his color is baby blue, dye lot, D1, blah, 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 blah. I don't know how much this is, but what we have here is a lot. And as soon as I find it, I saw it on one of the other ones. I know this is multiple things of yarn, and you can see where it's tied one color, I'm sorry, where the colors are tied together. Like whenever they ran out of the first dark blue, we'll use dark blue as an example. Whenever they ran out of dark blue, when they were doing this, they just tied the next thing of yarn to it. And then they just continued on. So the beautiful part about this is I got 3 different colors. And the whole thing cost me $9.65, but then because I'm old as hell, they gave me the old people discount. I'll be honest, I don't know how much that discount was, but between that other thing of yarn and a couple of hoopy things, what the hell those are for, I don't know. The yarn there, and I bought a bunch of sewing stuff as well, because my wife got a new sewing basket, so I'm putting together a sewing kit for her. So that was $3.93 for all of that thread. I'm like, yeah, I'll take it, why not? And a lot of the thread there is in wooden spools, so that's pretty cool. But anyways, looks like I got 30 seconds left. All right, I have no followers, I have no likes. My 10 minutes here is almost up, so I'm gonna post this uncut, just like it is. So do me a favor, if you ever happen to see this, like it and follow it.